What is up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about something that I think is really important, and that is doing a good map recon or trail recon of your ultra marathon. So this is something that I definitely try to do every single time I go on a training run that's either ultra length, 30 miles or more, or if I have a race coming up, I try to get on that actual trail at a shorter distance before actually going all out, just in case, the terrain is too hard or too much vertical, there's no water, there's no bathrooms or anything, and you can plan accordingly. There's so many times, especially in my past, before the military and during the military, when I was in college, where I would just go out, run into the mountains, and just disappear all day. I'll come back with all dry and dead, just completely, absolutely destroyed. No water, no nothing. One time I had to eat snow because I was so dehydrated on the top of a mountain, and there's little bacteria on top of the snow, so I had terrible cramps and horrible dumps. I'm just gonna say it, horrible dumps for about 3 days, just because I had to get some water in my system. It was a mistake, and that is definitely something that you don't want to be doing, or something that I definitely don't want to be doing in the future while I'm training, because I have a family, I have a job, I have to get back to it, and I can't just be dead face down in the middle of a street or on a mountain top, just dead. So over the weekend I did a recon run on the main part of the M2M, the Manchester to Mount Monadnock. Monadnock, one day I will be able to say this properly. Monadnock, I think it is. So it's around 55 miles, and once again, that's 700 feet of elevation gain. So I definitely wanted to check out that actual summit trail. And I am so glad that I did, just because I was expecting, a normal mountain pass, but this was, for about 4.5 miles, it's straight up, and you get in about 3 to 2 miles up. You'll see in the video, but it's basically like running up, straight up, just rocks, water, rocks, everything. Going down was almost just as slow as going up, just because there's these rock boulders and you have to jump from rock to rock. Super slippery, super dangerous, so it's really slow moving. Now, if you haven't noticed, my sinuses are absolutely destroying me. So all the pollen's coming and just destroying my face. On that run I got super burnt. I forgot to put on suntan lotion, and I got this suntan line right here, and it looks like I took somebody else's face and just put it on me, and I have somebody else's face that's just slightly darker than mine, and I'm just wearing it all day. So sunscreen definitely is another key thing that I learned on this actual recon run. So doing these recon runs, this run was about 22 miles. Let's get into it. I'm starting to ramble. I'm starting to make jokes about cutting people's faces off and put it on my own. So definitely a little bit too much. So let's get into the run. I'll probably be interjecting. My microphone did not work on this actual run. You'll see my little head pop up, and let's enjoy this run. Right now we're on the road. We're gonna try to get 10 to 15 miles before we get to the actual trailhead, and we're gonna work our way up. I might switch my shoes to the Olympus as most of these roads are actually dirt roads. And that trail is gonna be pretty wet just because it's been raining. Have to remember control in the beginning, control. Stay under 155. Hopefully this run will go a lot better than last week's run, and I can avoid that stomach cramping. But control. So we're 8 miles in, got quite a bit of fluid in. Just wanted to turn on the camera to show you what's gonna come into view, and that's what we're gonna be climbing. Oh yeah! So let's get back to the car, change the shoes, put on some sunscreen. right, so we're at 10 miles. Gonna do this quick. Change the shoes. Olympus Force. Not stopping the watch to get a proper time of movement, so don't have to deal with what happened last time. All right, let's get going back on the trail. We got off the road and we got onto this trail, and this trail is pretty wide open, pretty good moving. There wasn't many ruts or roots and rocks in this first portion. Maybe for like the first mile, half mile, you get pretty good moving. It's pretty high up, maybe about 6% to 8% grade, and we actually got some good movement on. It wasn't until we hit this section where it's the stairs. It's pretty much like these built up stairs, and there's water dripping down it. So it was super steep, you know, more than a 10% grade, and it was wet, so it was really slow moving. Had to go down and pretty much to a walk. There's no real running that could actually be done unless you're a monster, which would be absolutely awesome. Maybe one day I can run up this mountain. All right, so we're going up some rock stairs. Definitely gonna take it easy going up this. Don't want to blow out. Still got quite a bit of miles to go in, so let's make our way up. 12 miles in, still going up. We're about 12.7 miles in. Just saw a sign, 1.5 miles still left to go. We got a bunch of these little false summits that I'm hitting. It's a trap. Oh, it's a trap. Yes, here's another one. Let's keep moving. All right, so I see where we're going. See those little tiny people? That's where we're headed. Very slowly. As I was saying, there's a bunch of little false summits, and then once you do your really hard incline, you kind of hit these 3 little summits, and then you go and hit the main summit. Now, this top part, it's like those big rocks, and they're really canted, so it's really hard to run on. I'm sure if I had a lot more experience, I could actually navigate and get some good movement on, but with my experience level, I wasn't able to really run that fast. And then it changed from, you know, this flat rock, these flat large rocks, into the actual woods again. So you're kind of moving really slow and then going into the woods, moving a little bit faster, and then going slow again. So once you're actually up high and that initial ascent is done, you're kind of slow moving on that ridge until you get to the actual very top. that summit was freaking amazing. So a lot of people will hike up there and then just like chill out, as you've seen everybody taking pictures and everything like that, just because the view was so awesome. It was super windy up there, so I had to get out there as soon as possible. Started working my way down. As you can see, the rocks once again are just super big and flat, and it's really slow moving. Going down the trail even more, the rocks become smaller, more like little boulders, and you're kind of hopping from rock to rock with a lot of water dripping down. We're about 19 miles in, back on the roads. Absolutely sucking. Muscles completely zapped from that incline, and then that decline was treacherous, terrible. So gotta make it to the car without dying. Let's go. We are 21 miles in, and we are still somehow going uphill. So I am getting absolutely worked. Man, I've just been on this pavement. Now I'm on the dirt road, just going up. So I think I summited the mountain, went down, and then not all the way down, but then hit the road. So then I had to go back up to get back to my car. So it's gonna be a very slow, but a lot of elevation gain for this run. Woo. There we have it. That was the Recon run for the 55 miler, the Manchester Monadnock Ultramarathon that we're going to be running in about a week. Now, this run highlighted so much. So as I was saying before, my legs are going to be absolutely destroyed from the road and then climbing up. So I'm just looking forward to feeling that pain going down once again. I'm really training my legs and getting all that stimulus and getting into that pain cave and just working my way down. Now, the one thing that I did take away from this Recon run is that I'm definitely going to be switching my shoes from the road to the actual trail. So I need a lot more grip. I'm going to go into the Olympus 4s, and then I'm going to be running in the Ultra Rivieras on the road. Once I get to the actual trailhead, I'll have it in my drop bag for the Olympus 4s, and I'll probably actually be carrying my trekking poles for this summit. When I was trying to run down, I was losing my balance a lot and slipping, and those trekking poles, especially when I was using them for the Grindstone 100 and doing a couple other mountain runs during the winter, being able to balance and kind of post your poles in when you're running down and going up, driving forward, it really helps. So I'll definitely probably pick up my trekking poles and change my shoes to Olympus 4s before I hit that trail for the last 8 miles. Now, as you can tell, I'm getting super excited about getting this 55 miler under my belt and getting ready. I can't wait to get into the pain cave again so I can learn some more lessons. I need this experience so I can keep getting higher and faster and running harder and longer and stronger. But I want this experience, I need this experience so we can keep going, we can keep grinding, we can every day become average savages. Let's do it, let's go.